Hello, my lovely friends. Thank you for being so kind to me during the cyclone Alfred is petered out. Lots of regions still significant and severe and life-threatening flooding. Thankfully, our area has now, the floodwaters have subsided. I was flooded out and couldn't get to work, but I will be back at work today. Looking forward to being out of the house. What are we reading on today? Oh yes, sycophants. Meghan's sycophants. The display, the sickening display of sort of cloying praise. Oh, oh my God! Oh, it's so beautiful! Oh my God! It's so tasty! It's fruit on a board. It's dead flowers frozen in water. Just what is it? Why? How did they feel about having to play that part? Let's first read on what did Meghan think? How did she feel? And all of that sort of fake praise reminded me very much of the video we've seen of Meghan Markle when she was a little kid and she took over somebody else's birthday party and she pretended that she was the queen of the birthday party and everybody had to bow down to her. So Meghan Markle, no hope. No hope that people will react like this to her naturally. So she's got to make it happen. Chaos, but in the upside down. So that's controlled, contrived, created, performative. She's very aware. Honesty, and it's upside down. This is a dishonest display, and she is fully aware of it. This is all scripted. Things that are hidden behind the surface. She's tried to hide that this was performative. She's tried to pretend that this was natural. And that's my card for being at home. And obviously she was not at home. She was at somebody else's home. Again, just confirming that the whole thing was just very, very, very fake and very, very scripted. So but she enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. She was queen for the day, or for the however many days they took to film it, and she was in her element. What did the so-called friends, basically paid people? Oh, well, I don't know if they got paid. Maybe it was just the exposure of being associated with her. What did her so-called friends think of it? Oh, and I don't even have my glasses on. Choice. Does it say choice? No, cycle. What goes around comes around. They were hoping that this would elevate their status. No publicity is bad publicity. Compassion, but in the upside down. This was not about, for them, this was not about Meghan. They were not genuinely wanting her to be seen in a good light. This was about elevating their own status, if at all possible, by using their friendship with Meghan. And there's the bounty that they expected and hoped to have. Oh, that could be that fish that she salted. And she says, oh, I told you the story about how Archie caught a fish. He caught a trout, not just a fish, he caught a trout. Yeah, they'd had enough. They had enough rest. It gave them a headache. They needed a rest when they went home. Fear. They were afraid of disappointing her. Some of them, there might be some hold that she has over them. So, for example, Daniel, the makeup guy, he wants to get more work from her, obviously. And I don't for a second believe, and this is just my personal belief, I don't for a second believe that their children call him Uncle Daniel. And if they do, how sad is that? That they have to say uncle to the makeup artist. Meanwhile, they've got real uncles and aunties that they've never met. Supposedly never met. High priestess of spirit. This was very formulaic, very the opposite of something it could have been something beautiful and respectful and a tribute. She could even have paid tribute to her own mother if she didn't want to pay tribute to anybody else. But no, it was all about her. And that's my going down with the ship card. She just didn't think it through. It was all about Meghan's lust for power, lust for fame, lust for being the centre of attention, and nobody was allowed to share the spotlight with her in the sense of um, she had to be the centre of attention. Everything had to be about the love for Meghan. Um, and there's old Harry, the wounded warrior, in the Upside Down. He was allowed to make a brief appearance right at the very end, as long as he didn't detract from the display of beauty of Meghan. And there she is, the high priestess of the air, the person calling the shots, the person creating the narrative. And this was her way of no longer being trapped, her way of being free, her way of speaking her truth. Her truth. Of course, we got her truth in the Oprah interview, in the Meghan and Harry doco series, in the Polo series, in Archetypes, but she keeps thinking that we've all misunderstood her. The truth is, we haven't misunderstood her, and the more and more she reveals of herself to us, the more and more we see exactly who and what she is, exactly how she has to manipulate and be performative in every aspect in order for her to feel that she's come across in the best possible light. Meanwhile, all she would need to do is just be a genuine, kind person who thinks of somebody else before themselves. But I'm not sure that she has that capability. Well, she certainly hasn't shown us that capability in any of the things that she's done. I mean, she could have let out a statement when all that bullying and harassment of Princess Catherine was happening. Even if she only sent it out after knowing about Princess Catherine's diagnosis. And so there we have it, folks. Thank you very much for commenting. Even just an emoji really helps out the channel. And may the angels walk with you now and always.